everyone. Welcome to the, what is it called? The Forum of Self-Advocacy and Self-Advocate Groups. Welcome to the Council and Advocacy Movement of Community Living Ontario. I shall start off saying today is an opportunity to learn about Council and the results of the Community Living Ontario's recent survey on self-advocacy and our response to it. Community Living sent out a list of questions asking about self-advocacy. We would like to share what our members have told us. We would also like to share with you what we will do going forward in response to our members' feedback. We would also like to hear more about local self-advocacy groups in Ontario today. This will help us learn more about what groups are doing and who is involved. We will ask questions throughout the webinar. This is a time for us to share information, ask questions, and learn from each other. Now, note that at some point this evening, I have to step away because I have another commitment, and I am proud that Robert, aka Farah, is taking my place. And with that, today's presenters is, hi, I'm Nicole Flynn, and I am from Central Hastings. And rest of you and the rest of the council will introduce themselves.
Robert?
Okay. Hi, I'm Ferris Tur, stepping in for her, and she is from Toronto.
My name is Julie Ann Allen, and I'm from Belleville.
I am Stella Curtis, and I'm from North Bay.
My name is Deidre Hawara, and I'm from Toronto.
Amber, you're up.
No, I just went. It's Jem's turn now.
I think you might have been on mute, Amber.
Oh, okay. Sorry. I thought I was. Sorry. My name is Amber Taylor, and I'm from Oshawa.
My name is Jem Moeller, and I'm from Ottawa.
Hi, everyone. My name is Lashona Leonard, and I am the Community Engagement Coordinator at Community Living Ontario, and I am from Pickering.
Hi, everyone. Keith D., Council Advisor, and I live in Scarborough.
Okay, thank you.
I'm Tasha.
Sorry, Tasha, but hold on. We also have other council members on the call today. Please say your name and where you are from. Shall I call upon Sean Travis? And if
Who goes first?
Okay, I'm calling upon Sean Travis, and if he can announce himself, and I'm gonna say going once, going twice. Okay, we're moving on. All right. Next, I will call upon Nico Papella if he is on the call.
Hi, everyone. I'm Nico Papella from Uxbridge, Ontario.
Thank you. Okay. I want to call upon Hudson Yera if he is on the call tonight.
Hi, I'm Hudson Yarrow and I'm from Picton.
Okay, thank you, Hudson. And I wanted to call upon Judy Noonan if she is on the call.
Thanks, Nicole. I'm Judy Noonan and I'm from Guelph.
Awesome. And lastly, if Robert Smith on the call, I would like to turn him in.
Hi, my name is Robert Smith. I'm from Port Hope and I'm the council secretary.
Good. Farah, that's you again.
What is council and what do we do?
Zach.
It's you now, Jim. It's your turn to speak, but you gotta unmute.
Okay. The Council of Community Living Ontario are 12 elected self-advocates from across the province who work together with Community Living Ontario and their members to find solutions and share information. We do this by sharing our opinions, our knowledge, our experience, and by taking action.
Okay, Farah. Robert, you're on.
1 second. Sorry, I had to cough. Here are some of the council's actions that we have been involved in.
In September, we hosted 2 presentations at the Community Living Ontario Conference. In October, we presented twice at the Speaking Out Conference and hosted 2 webinars. Over the winter months, members of the council took part in presentations at the Inclusion Symposium in Toronto, as well as a workshop about aging in place at Fairshire College in London. One of our council members, along with a Community Living Ontario board member, co-facilitated a truths of institutionalized presentation in North Bay. This presentation is based on the action of closing the institute in Ontario. Council took an active part in Community Living Ontario 5 to Survive campaign, including several TV and radio appearances. Council members have also stepped in to represent CLO when CEO Chris Beasley had not been available. We are interested in learning about some of the actions you are taking, so we have a question for you.
Pass it on to Nicole.
Sorry about that. Thank you. My question is anyone in the audience a part of self-advocacy group in their area? What are some things your local self-advocacy group has been doing or is planning to do?
Please feel free to raise your virtual hand, and you can also type your answers in the chat.
I have Judy's hand up. Lashona?
Our local advocacy group is called People for People and P4P, and we are working on transportation and accessibility.
That's great. Thank you so much for sharing, Judy.
Got Amber.
Up next.
There, sorry. Making sure my hand was lowered before I go on. So with the local agency that I'm part of up in the north, we're doing a webinar on Thursday about housing and accessibility. We also are going to be hopefully volunteering at Canada Day celebrations in Port Perry. So that's some of the stuff that we're doing for our self-advocate group. Nico, if you want to chime in too, you can.
Yeah, we've just been mainly focusing with our webinar right now, which is a huge topic, especially on the accessibility piece, as we know that there are a lot of challenges and barriers when it comes to that.
Cooper had his hand up, and then it
Yes, I did see that. Cooper, if you want to unmute.
Well, I'm here, and I sit on a board of directors for Extend the Family, but the agency that I work for is KW Rehabilitation with our farm program. You know, like what we do is we grow food, like we grow like fresh grown where we grow like vegetables to give to like the houses and that, and we're doing like CSA to purchase veggie boxes and that. So that's what we're doing at KW Rehabilitation at KW Rehabilitation. But honestly, there's also other supports that KW have as an not-for-profit that we don't have any do sports that other people do, like job coaching, and like we have like supportive independent living, like the SAIL program that you guys have, and we also have like inclusive living homes as well. So we have a lot there. We have a lot there.
Yes, definitely. That sounds like you have many things going on, Cooper. That's great to hear.
Well, like honestly, like KW Rehabilitation is part of that community living framework. You know.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. And I'm seeing some questions in the chat. If anyone, again, if you want to share your responses out loud, or if you want to share in the chat, feel free to do so. Is there anyone else, any response to this question about what your local self-advocacy group is doing or is planning to do?
I've got Tasha raising her actual hand.
Oh, yes, for sure.
Go
Go
ahead,
ahead, Tasha.
Tasha.
Hi guys, I'm Tasha from Mount Forest, and I'm in the Harrington People for People group. And sorry guys, there's one place in Mount Forest that I really love going to is coffee culture, and it's not accessible to wheelchairs. And that sucks.
Oh. And is that something that... Sorry, Tasha.
That's something that we've been discussing in community living Mount Forest I live in, but I do it in community living Harrison.
Okay.
Yeah. And we do people for people, just like Judy Noonan does, but I am a little concerned for the places that don't have wheelchair accessibility.
Yes.
Because that's not fair for people like Judy Noonan and them that have to have wheelchairs to go around. And we need more wheelchair bus stops, wheelchair friendly city bus stops in Guelph, Ontario, Canada.
Yep.
Because there's not enough city bus stops available for those in wheelchairs and walkers. And everything that's not accessible for wheelchairs and walkers
I'm very mad, very angry at that. Because the people in the wheelchairs, like Judy Noonan for once, they are just as great people as us. Sometimes people can't realize that, but people are being jerks and not putting stuff for people with mobility issues, because that's not fair. Because I'm sad every time I see a person with a disability trying to go in the coffee culture and they can't because they're in a wheelchair. And coffee culture is my favorite place in the whole world in downtown Mount Forest.
Absolutely. And I'm glad to hear that you're advocating for that with your group, Tasha. I see Nico, you have your hand up.
Yeah, I'm going to touch on two very quick places in my hometown in Uxbridge with accessibility issues. We've got Wimpy's Diner, which is a favorite of a lot of people to go to. They have a large concrete step up that is very hard for people with mobility devices to get into. And then we've also got our bowling alley in Uxbridge that's up a long flight of stairs, and it's not accessible. But because of the age of that building the bowling alley sits in, it will not ever be wheelchair accessible because there's no place to install an elevator. So it can be very challenging. And welcome to the people from Algoma Community Vision. Glad to have you part of our webinar today.
Yes. And just to read some of the responses that we have in the chat. So from Algoma Community Vision says, hello, we have Will from Algoma Community Vision Advocates and Richard, who also joined in as a self-advocate from Algoma. We are in Sault Ste. Marie. Recently, we hosted a Success Day for May Awareness Celebration. That's amazing. We are planning a workshop in the fall. This is our first time attending a webinar. Welcome to all of you from Algoma. And another message from Karen that says CLGW has a P4P all chapters group, Guelph, Harriston, Fergus, Erin, and Mount Forest. Advocates are working on an issue dedicated to accessibility. So I'm seeing a lot of accessibility around. That's great. Folks have been taking photos of great examples of access and also photos of non-accessible places. That's amazing. Karen also added, P4P, the next step is to develop strategies to leverage those in positions of power to solve the barrier problems. Thank you so much. And hello again to everyone who is joining for the first time. We're really glad to have you joining this webinar, and we hope that this will be really informative for all of you.
All right, let's continue, shall we?
Yep, we'll continue on.
Okay. May is Community Living Month. Stella?
The council actively participate in Community Living Ontario social media campaign /CL March 2024. Many council members attend Community Living Day at the legislature, and our president Nicole Flynn spoke to at the reception. Council member meet Charmaine Williams and Minister Parsha.
On to you, Nicole, for our question.
Thank you. Is anyone? Sorry. Sorry. We have another question for you. Are any of you doing something to celebrate Community Living Month?
Yes, I see Tasha's hand up.
I'm in a community living group home in Mount Forest, and I love my community living all over, like Fergus, Guelph, you name it. They're my favorite places to go is Harrison Day and Guelph Day, but Guelph is 60 minutes away from here, an hour from Mount Forest, but I get to see some of them on Thursdays, but restate the question, please. And I love community living because it helped me all the time. And my friend Ian Amos, he helped me tie helped me tie my steel toe shoes. And I went downstairs and cried and cried and cried because some idiot came and took all the work away from us, and that's not cool. Because I just started in 2010, and all your art industries, guys and girls, you'd know that. And now, sorry, and now, group homes and daycares and that, the ones that go like us in group homes, we're not allowed to go back to community living, Harrison, Guelph, Fergus, that. And that, which makes sense, but it gets us out of the house and doing something. And there should be more accessible, like wheelchair taxis and stuff.
Thank you,
And I
Tasha. We
just
got two
love
other hands
community
up.
living to
Amber, you're up next.
Yeah, I just wanted to say for our local agency, so I'm not part of it, but one of the managers, I think Christine Robinson, they bought some stuff for the houses, and it's like I think it's like muffins or cupcake mixes, and they put it into bags and labeled each house. So each house gets I think it's cupcakes, so stuff to make cupcakes for Community Living Month. I'm obviously not part of it because I don't live in one of the houses, but it's good to know that people can do stuff like that. So
Definitely, that's great to hear. Thank you for sharing, Amber.
Algoma.
Hello, everyone. This is William. I'm the vice chairperson for the ACBA. So what we're going to be doing to celebrate Community Living Month is next week we have a May awareness walk. And so what we do there is we walk around the neighborhood and kind of
Celebrate the month
celebrate the month
and our milestones.
and the milestones. And after that, we head on to the Civic Center or to City Hall for a flag raising. And I think we're able to get the mayor to attend.
Wow,
Nice.
that's absolutely amazing. Thank you
I
for
had
sharing.
Stella and then Judy. Stella had her regular hand up.
Yesterday we have the movie from the Community Living Month at the Capitol, and it seems I suppose it went like yesterday, but I didn't. But when I heard from one of our secretary, they said the Capitol was full because most of the people that they're supporting were all there, and they were showing like all the history of community living from 1953 on. So it was very amazing to see all of those and everything. Thank you.
Judy.
Wow, that sounds incredible, Stella. Like absolutely incredible. Like history and everything, so interesting. And how we've progressed. Like, wow. We are having a get together. We're having a let's get together. And we're having games and music and snacks on May 30th at our local agencies, at our local agency in the afternoon. So it'll be awesome. Thank you.
Robert.
Yeah, I was just gonna call myself out. Yeah, my local agency down in Community Living Respite Northumberland, which I am a member of the organization and the chair of the self-advocates group that I'm starting down in my area. We're doing an ice cream social to end Community Living Month on the 29th of May. And then on the 20th of June, we have the law enforcement torch run coming through town. I will be running from Northumberland Mall in Coburg all the way to Cottesmore Avenue in Coburg with them. It's going to be a long run, but I'm doing it. So that'll be good. So that's what we've got coming up so far. Nico?
I'm gonna bring it home on the last one. An event that I was part of a long time ago, which I miss and wish that would still continue, is the Durham Police Special Olympics Torch Run. And they used to do it from Oshawa, Ajax, Picayune all the way up to Newcastle. So hopefully they'll pick it up again and do it. But yeah, it was an event that was one I loved being part of. So bring it back on track here, Lashana. I don't know who's next.
Yes, and
Me.
just an additional comment in the chat from
Yeah.
Heather, who said that CLH planted trees with people we support and community members. That's a great initiative as well.
Yeah.
Thank you, everyone, for sharing.
Okay. All right. Next is council priority items. Amber, you're up. You're muted.
Sorry, I'm going to say that again. So I'm looking at, if I don't look at the camera, it's because I'm reading from my phone. So it's hard to do both. So if I don't look at the camera, my camera is on, but you just probably won't see me. So council works together with the Community Living Ontario board and staff in solving important issues such as poverty and the impact it has on people. We met with the ministers and voiced our concerns on this issue. Safe and affordable housing, advocating for housing where people really want to live and not where they don't want to be, human rights, barriers to a quality health care. All people have the right to better health care, education, and employment abuse. And I'm passing it back over to Nicole.
Thank you. It's your turn again. Meaning, has your self-advocate group worked on any of these priority issues? Or are there other issues you are actively working on? Unfortunately, I have to go now, and I hope you have a successful seminar today.
Good luck, Nicole, with your karate.
Yeah, have
Thank you,
fun,
Nicole.
Nicole. We'll
Good luck.
see
Thank you,
Good luck,
Nicole.
you later. Bye, Nicole.
Thanks for what you did for us.
So again, feel free to raise your virtual hand and we will keep track of it and answer your questions. Amber, kick us off.
Okay, so this one isn't on here, but I'm gonna add it in here because it kind of revolves. Actually, it is on there. Housing. So, like I said, our local agency is doing a webinar on housing and accessibility. But a little bit about my housing. I won't take too long on it. So my housing, I live with my sister. The only reason I live with her is because it is hard for me to live on my own because of the prices of rent and how rent is skyrocketing. So I live with my sister, which is also a barrier for accessibility for me because I want to be able, like, I'm still independent and I want to be able to do that, but it's kind of a barrier for accessibility for me because I'm not choosing to live with my sister. I mean, I am choosing to live with my sister, but that's not really what I want, but I can't afford to live on my own. So that's why I live with my sister, but eventually I'm hoping to get my own place. But with rent, I don't know if that's possible.
Okay, Algoma.
Hello, everyone. Um, so one of the things that we're planning on doing in the fall, and I think this is mentioned in the chat, is that we're planning on a couple workshops. One of them is going to be about rights review, abuse and restrictions. So I think maybe a couple of the examples that we're going to be talking about are about possibly financial abuse, physical abuse, and other abuses that needs to be talked about, and it'll be in sometime around the fall. We're still on the planning stages.
Nico.
Sorry, mute button being dumb. I think that's great what you guys are working on. Our local advocate group actually does a staff orientation training, and we touch on rights training and abuse to all staff, and it gets reminded to all staff on a yearly basis. And I love it because it's a good way for the staff to understand that we're to be treated just like everybody else, human, but don't be disrespectful to us. And a lot of the staff that come in that are new completely understand that, and it allows us to get a better feel of who they are too. So I like the plan that you guys have put together for that. Julianne, you're next.
Okay. What I want to say is, I think it's wonderful that, agency is recognizing the unique training on abuse. Okay, I think it's wonderful because I love my agency because they take abuse really seriously. Okay, and that's what I want. I want community living, self-advocacy to have, where they're living, who they're living with, not to be abused. So, thank you.
Yes, very well put, Julianne. Any other comments or questions or responses?
I do.
Go ahead, Stella.
Abuse, we're like for us, the self-advocate here in North Bay with our advisor, we are taking a course on abusing and everything. So we're having a person from an agency that could be talking about abuse. And like we have so many, we got financial abuse, we got sexual abuse, we got person abuse, abusing their some of them are abusing elderly people and everything. So we're gonna be talking about abuse and everything. Thank you.
Thank you, Stella.
Oops, I didn't see that person in the waiting room. My bad.
All good. I think we don't have any further responses. Do we want to move
No,
forward?
we don't have any more responses. So Robert, aka Farah, you're speaking.
I'm beginning to like this, actually.
All
Okay,
right.
Rob.
All right. Now let's talk about the survey. Deidre?
58 of our member organizations responded to our survey. Of those 58 organizations, 38 said they had a self-advocacy group. The size of groups ranged in size from 6 to 15 members. 38 members also said they have a self-advocate on their board of directors.
Back to you, Robert.
Things we've learned from our survey. Deidre?
The first survey question was, what is your local self-advocates group main purpose? Our members answered 2 advocates. This was the most frequent response. To promoting awareness, to support each other, and to speak up for ourselves, to raise concerns to our agency.
My turn?
Yes.
All right. The second things we learned from our survey. The second survey question was, what are your local self-advocacy groups' priority issues? Our members answered public transportation, ODSP, affordable housing, access to passport funding, rights for person with disabilities, self-determination. The third survey question was, what would you like communities living in Ontario to know? Our members answered that self-advocacy is important, that promoting and supporting people to have a voice and to be heard as an important part of the community living movement, that people are proud of our self-advocate groups.
Our council advisor, Keith D, had followed up discussions with our membership. These are some of the things people told us about self-advocacy in their organization. Government is beginning to listen to self-advocates. Organizations are seeing benefits of engaging and empowering groups on issues that matter, both within the agency and in the community. Self-advocacy groups growing in strength, but don't have much experience working with other self-advocacy groups in the province.
What are some saying about me?
Stella,
Members
hold
feel
on. Stella, it's supposed to be Robert first, then you.
I'm gonna jump on for Robert for a moment because he had to go upstairs. What are
I'm
people
back.
Oh, there you go. Carry on, you're up.
Okay. What are we on here?
Kara, your first one. What are?
Read the
Oh,
slide,
okay.
Robert. Read the slide.
Oh, okay. What are people saying about council?
Members feel the council is growing in strength and have become very effective advocate and an important voice for people. Council is respectful, but many members, organizations, self-advocating groups aren't aware of anything council does. Members feel that council could develop a stronger presence in the province by bringing self-advocacy groups together.
Whoever's up next, please unmute.
It's Robert first and then me.
I hit the wrong button. Helping council move forward.
The Community Living Ontario Self-Advocacy Survey has been helpful to us in learning more about the self-advocacy movement. Council will benefit from working closer with self-advocacy groups across the province, and together we will be a stronger voice.
Things council and CLO will take action on. Deidre?
Council will create a communications strategy to establish outreach to self-advocacy groups. We will create an email list for self-advocacy groups and leaders. We will provide regular updates to members on what council is doing. In addition to email lists, we will provide updates on social media and other types of communication, such as Update Friday and our website. Reports will include promoting presentations and webinars, sharing council ideas, council position statements, council work plans, and meeting with community members and government officials. For people who are interested in learning the things council has been doing over the past 6 months, please visit the Community Living Ontario website. Please follow Community Living Ontario on social media.
Okay. Now it's me. Okay. Do you think our communication strategy will help local self-advocate groups?
I think we were supposed to skip that question.
Oh, did we skip that question? Okay, hang on.
Yeah, go to the second one.
Okay. Is there something that is concerning you that we did not talk about tonight?
I see Tasha's hand up. All right, Tasha.
Can everybody see that?
Yeah.
What's on my background? That's why I'm a little angry at coffee culture, Mount Forest.
Oh,
This
that.
is from Google Images, and it's a big step.
Oh,
It's
yeah,
a
that big step.
big
Yeah.
up.
Oof.
I
Yikes.
can
And
see
I
how
wonder,
frustrating that is, Tasha.
yeah, and
Yeah.
that's not fair for our friends in wheelchairs and walkers and who can't walk that good.
Mm.
And we are just as important. Sorry, we're just as important as the regular class people are. We're just as good and proper and everything. We may look weird and dumb, but we're not. We are the smartest people we know in our own special way. And my mom taught me this. If everybody was the same, what a boring world this would be.
Very true.
I agree.
Tasha.
I
Shauna,
agree.
can you put the question again in the chat for people?
Absolutely.
Do you want me to reread the second question again?
Yeah, if you want to verbally say it, well, Lashana puts it in the chat as a reminder.
Yep. Is there something that is concerning you that we did not talk about tonight?
Mode of transportation for people in wheelchairs and community living Mount Forest.
Okay, that's one.
Yeah, transportation's been a big issue for a lot of places. When we actually traveled up to Timmins, they were talking about how poor their transportation network was up there and what improvements need to be made. So I completely get it. Krista shared when you have a job and going on EI. Very true. Amber, then Robert.
I just wanted to touch on when Tasha was talking about transportation. So where I am, where my house is, I'll mention this, but when I was that day at the legislature last year, I talked to my MPP of Oshawa because I was very upset because I didn't have a bus on Sundays and I had to get to work because myself and Nico work at the Tribute Center in Oshawa, where the Oshawa Generals play. And Sundays, it was hard for me to get up there because unless I had an Uber or someone drive me, I wouldn't be able to do the shifts. But since I talked to her, she was able to get Sunday service. I mean, yeah, there's the times are different, which I get because it's a Sunday. But I'm thankful that I have that bus service because if I didn't have that bus service on Sunday, the amount of money I've had to fork out for Ubers is not that great. And I don't like having to fork that money out for that. So the fact that I was able to do that, it's good that about the transportation. So
Thank you, Amber. Robert.
So, Kristen and I just found out that Sentry, who is our bus service for the Northumberland area, the contract has not been renewed.
But you know, been
hang on.
trying to.
So basically was that the contract was not going to be renewed by the town of Coburg. So now it's being forked out to a company out of Vaughan, mobility transportation specialists in Vaughan. So the drivers of Sentry don't even know if they're going to keep their jobs. They have no idea. But it's not going to affect myself or Kristen or anybody that takes the Wheels Trans because that won't be affected because they'll be bringing in their own. So who knows what's going to happen on that one? But we found out about that last week, and there's been no more word on it. But they decided not to renew the contract. So it was not a good thing to hear. I can tell you that right now.
I just find funny that they would actually reach out to Vaughn to assist you guys.
Well, that's what I
they're not
thought.
even anywhere near you guys.
I know, but they also provide school bus service. So what worries me is they're going to come in and they're going to provide the school bus service on top of the mobility transportation. So, and a lot of these drivers are ones that live in Peterborough and Oshawa, and one driver's off on leave because her mom's not well. And so who knows? Like, it's really, it's up in the air right now as to what's going to happen there.
Yeah, very true, Robert.
Nico, I think if there's no other questions on that, we should move on to the other question.
Yeah, I don't see any more feedback on that. So, Robert, read off the next one.
All right. The next question we have is, do you have any other questions about council? Is there something you would like to talk about?
Thank you, Lashana, for putting that in the chat.
Yeah, that was quick.
Please.
I put something on the chat, guys. Sorry, it's Tasha. I put something on the chat.
Yeah,
I
she
see
said
that.
The
The trains
train,
and
Go on the
sidewalk.
trains. When we go on the trains, they have to be more wheelchair friendly, and and the sidewalks as well. Because I have epilepsy, and getting on a train with no ramp is really, really hard for me.
And you know what, Tasha? Robert's going to give it a good example of how inaccessible the service is regarding trains.
Yes, please.
Robert?
So the Via Rail has got a brand new fleet, and this is a brand spanking new fleet. I'm just pulling up just a little bit of the shot of their new fleet to kind of give you an idea of what their new fleet actually looks like. Lashana, I know you're screen sharing. Can I quickly? So this is their brand new fleet. Brand new fleet. Brand new diesel engine.
2024?
Yep, it's the brand new fleet. Myself, Nico, and my other half have already had the privileges, as well as Amber, have already had the privileges of riding on the new fleet. Brand spanking, beautiful room, extra leg room. The washrooms on them now are twice as big, so about yay round, big enough you can wheel a wheelchair right in with no issue. The best, but very, very comfortable seating. That's the shot of the new bathroom. Completely barrier free with the size of the engine. But these new ones will have a 30-year lifespan compared to the old ones. And these are a lot better with a much aerodynamic seating, but the extra room. Plugs on the seats where you sit at, and plugs also in the seat in front of you for your phone and your laptop, however you want to charge your devices, as well as the upper above you is where you can put your small match of luggage and carry-ons. So yeah, it's really it's such a brand new fleet. Slowly coming out as it goes, but they're by the end of 2024, the whole new fleet will be in operations, but they're slowly bringing it out as they go.
But yeah, I just as a comment about the accessibility challenge you faced was that you and Kristen were trying to board a GO train and had a serious problem with one of the attendants who didn't even allow you to board on the opposite side of the train where you're supposed to. So that goes to show that some of the ambassadors need a little more training to understand that if there's someone trying to board, they shouldn't be denied. But they got rectified and they were able to get
we ended up getting it rectified. That we ended up having an ambassador come up, enforcement come up, take us back down, and had us personally escorted to the next train. The ambassador basically said to us that we could try to get on the opposite side, the side we were on, and make Ivor, her dog, jump, but the risk was of him slipping and falling between the train and the track section, which was a damage if that happened, so we weren't going to chance it. So as soon as they left, I immediately put a call into Nico and immediately put a call into transit control, because I said no, like, you're working for Go Transit customer service, and you were not showing the proper safety customer service that was required. And because we had gone up the elevator with revenue protection, that's why we were on the wrong platform, because the platforms don't match up because they're double-sided platforms. So it's hard to figure out which platform to get on at. That was the issue. But thankfully, we got to where we needed to be, because we weren't waiting for a 5:30 p.m. train, a Via train back to Coburg. That was not happening.
Okay, thank you, Robert. Julianne.
I wanted to say, Robert, thank you for letting me know, because I'm in a wheelchair and the other trains were so awful. Okay. I had to walk to my seat Okay. And that was dangerous for me. So I'm super happy that it's going to be all fixed.
The only thing, and Nico will agree to this, is the lift on the new trains needs a little bit of work. Because we took it and it took them 30 minutes to get the lift to work to get Kristen into the car. So that still needs a little bit of ironing out, but all in all, the new fleet is the best. So if anybody decides to take the VIA train wherever they're located, it is the best. I will send it to Nico, or I'll send the new fleet schedule to Lashona, and then you can forward it off to everybody, because it lists the new section cars that have the new fleet running. Because certain days the fleet only runs on certain days.
So yeah, no, that just goes to show you that there's still some kinks to be worked out. But you know what? New fleet, there's going to be some bugs. They're working on it. So, I don't know whether you want me to read off this one for you, Lashana. I mean, I could.
Just resharing the slides again if anyone wants to see the information so they can keep in touch with the council and CLO on social media.
I've also put into the chat the link tree for the council that I created. It will also link you to the council's resource hub, our CLO council info page, as well as a link to the UN rights Article 19, as well as our executive member list if you need to get in touch with one of us. And again, our social media links are there too.
I don't know if Robert read the one part about is there anything you would like to talk about? I don't know if we asked that.
I did read that part, yeah.
Okay, I wasn't sure if there was or not.
Yeah,
So
no, I didn't see any feedback on that question in the chat. I've been watching it like a hawk.
Yeah.
But
thank you.
Yes, we do appreciate you guys joining us on the webinar today. Amber?
yeah, I just wanted to mention to everyone that is on the webinar that we are working towards trying to get people set up for specific districts so that you have like any concerns or anything that you have. We'll have like maybe a council member from each district as a representative that you can talk to. We're in the process of doing that. It's not set up yet, but we're in the process of trying to do that. So if you guys like, let's say you're in Guelph, like Judy, you can go to Judy and voice any concerns you have about it to Judy, and she can bring it to council's attention, because there's a lot of stuff we talk about that can be brought to council's attention.
So yes, we do
like
have
for
some
me,
systems we are working on to put in
yeah.
add that to our info on the bio. So keep an eye on that. And in the meantime, follow the Linktree address if you want to stay in touch with specific members, or to follow the council and our resources that we have available to you all. And like Robert said, thank you all for attending the webinar today. And if you have any questions, reach out. We will make sure that Lashana emails out to everybody the Linktree address and any other contacts that have been shared in the chat in the meantime. And I will say sayonara to everybody. And if
Is where we leave?
yeah, if the executive wants to, the webinar participants or speakers want to stay back for a minute, but the rest of you, thank you all for coming.
I mean, before you guys go, if Keith or Payel or anybody wants to say anything, you guys can speak if you want to. Keith or Payel, if you guys have anything to add or say. And I think Tasha wanted to say something, so Tash, go ahead.
I wanted to say thank you for the group. And thank you to Judy Noonan for mentioning my area in Harrison area, and they closed the Mount Forest day site forever because us group home people have zero money right now.
There's
And we're trying
there's an
to
issue
come up
right
with
there.
ways to get there. So praise the Lord. I am so blessed about this day. I love you guys. Thank you for the opportunity. I come from Sault Ste. Marie, Ontario, so I'm gonna head out now, guys.
Thanks for joining us, Tash.
I got the I got the email, Judy. I got the
Fantastic.
email of the thingy you said. Kath, Karen hasn't any. My guy.
Karen did, yeah. Karen's awesome.
Lashana, did you want to end the recording?
Cheryl, do you want to say
Yes.
something? Go ahead, Paya. I thought I saw Cheryl. If she's interested to Cheryl Nedo.
She's still on the list. She's still here.
Yeah, she's still here.
I think she'd like to say something. She has her hand.
Okay, hang on.
Go ahead,
I'll
Cheryl.
send her. Go ahead, Cheryl. I just sent you an unmute request.
Can we unmute her?
We can't force it to unmute.
Oh.
Cheryl, click on the microphone button at the bottom of your screen. It should also pop up in the middle of your screen to unmute. Oh, the joys of technology. It's not working.
No, it's not working for her.
I think that's why she's getting someone to help her.
Yeah.
Joanne, glad to see you were able to join us for the presentation tonight.
Yeah, Cheryl has got someone who can help.
Perfect.
There we go.
Yeah.
Want to say something?
Yeah,
Can you hear us?
I was doing it for our community, our advocacy group.
Nice.
Okay, I think they can hear you now. Sorry, Cheryl.
I do our advocacy group.
Nice.
And where's your group again, Cheryl?
It's at the Dimensions. That's where we do it. On Elizabeth Street.
In what town?
That was my
Picton.
next question.
I'm in Picton.
Excellent.
Okay. Picton. Nice.
So
Well,
I'm
thank
doing
you.
it for our group.
Mhm.
Oh, good for you, Cheryl.
Does Keith or Payel want to say anything or mention
Just to,
anything?
okay, thanks, Amber. Just to say thank you for everybody for participating tonight and listening in, and as some people had said in the comments, just sharing. That's wonderful, and we're hoping to do another session pretty soon.
Yeah. And I would also like to say thank you to everyone for taking out time to attend this webinar. And I also wanted to share that we would be announcing about our council elections by mid-June. So if anyone is interested to be a part of our council, please either let us know or look out for those emails in your inbox, and they should be coming out, as I said, in middle of June.
You took the words out of my mouth, Pyle. I was going to ask the same thing when those emails were going to be coming out.
Yeah.
Great
I read your
minds
mind,
think
Nico.
alike.
And look, it looks to me that Jem is ready to close.
Jem, unmute.
I call this webinar adjourned.
Great, thank
Well
you,
done,
Jem.
Jem.
Thank you, everyone.
Thanks, Jem.
Everyone. Bye.
Everyone, have a
Bye.
good evening. Bye-bye. Take care.